Game number 2 has started. The plane is in the sky, and a fairly decent one at that. I'm interested in seeing where Unique will go. Are they going back down to fair repair? Would be expected, but if you want to go all the way to Prem or anything of the likes, might just not be a thing to do.
Well, this is interesting as well. MYM might have some competition here for military base. Avangard getting their usual spot. Azaverin will not have to go for a swim and a dirty death here, which means Avangard can potentially do some huge work, keeping all their team alive.
I'm still waiting for another team to go Georgia Bowl. I mean, it's a good place to loot. Sure, you're a little on the western side, and with the current loot settings, you don't really need those big cities anymore. You can sort of settle with splitting for smaller compounds, more center on the map. But very interesting to me that you only have one team going on up there.
Now we're going to see Unique head to Ferry Pier as always. The Seekers look to be trying to go and take Pochinki as well, which would be very nice for them. It's not their constant drop spot, and that's one thing they have been varied on Erangel, is they do like to keep it varied, right? They like to move around. They like to ensure that they're not going to be the predictable ones. But everyone else is certainly finding their homes. Like Saverni, no one is challenging Quick Math there.
No.
And they don't want to risk it, right? You do not want to pull up onto Quick Math anytime soon.
No, yeah. I mean, and you can see it here. I mean, now we go Western Circle. I was going to say once again, the previous one wasn't. Easy rotations coming in for everyone, I would assume, to see. Potato Hill is going to be very much used to the area just north of where you see Calvin Klein. There's a little brown spot there looking like a potato. Thus, that is Potato Hill. But rotations coming in over the southern side, down by the roads there, and also up and around Potato will be interesting. What I'm looking to see here, though, Team Unique, they're doing that split and fair repair right now, because we saw in one game they were sitting around looking for a little bit, waiting for Media Makers to come on over.
Yeah.
They didn't. They took some extra time, and then they didn't spot them. But this could be their chance to get that bridge camp opportunity. We don't see it done very often in competitive PUBG, but who knows? Who knows? Media Makers, they haven't been confronted on the bridge, and now maybe having had so many games in a row where nothing has happened, could be them just driving over without really giving a care, and then they get caught off guard.
Complacency is a real thing. Now on your screens at the moment, Sweaty Nerds, a good effort and great game from them earlier.
Yeah.
In terms of just what they were able to put up, how they were able to defend. So many teams just wanting to finish them off and take their position. They were very much just locked down and, okay, we just got to fight out this any way we can, keep them at bay. And they put up a good performance. And we've actually seen them, they're not, I wouldn't say slow starters, but it's just been a little bit of a crawl for them. They've it's not been terrible games, it's not been amazing games, but they've been there or thereabout.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that likes to be aggressive. They've had that work for them, but here in the game today, they actually didn't. They stayed up on the hill for quite a while and didn't push down before they knew, okay, well, there's nowhere else for us to go. We got to go 4 guys in these 2 vehicles and just slam it into that house. Fortunately, there were only 2 players alive in that house for Quick Math, so they got themselves a spot, but unfortunately went out when they had, I think it was something like 3 or 4 teams trying to push the compound at the same time.
Hey, it's something that can always happen, as MYM have got obviously no contest on their military base as of now. They'll get looted up across the borders. Actually, Smash Bay is going to go straight in onto Sweaty Nerds. We get that elimination straight off the bat here, and that is not what you want to see for Sweaty Nerds after the good game we were talking about.
And this catches me as much as Siphon off guard, because we need a home. They have been so slow with their rotations coming out of Georgia Bowl. Whether they've had the circles on the western side or not, they've always looted for long, and then they've made that move out, whether it's been from south or from north George. So Rita and Smash Bay being in Cube already, Cube the area that we're seeing on the map right now, that is very surprising to me. It makes perfect sense because they want to come up and take control before anyone else does, and Siphon was not at all expecting that.
No, not at all, and that's why he gets picked off early, and that is where Sweaty Nerds will now have to play 3v4 in a lot of situations here until a few more kills come on the board. Now, Kebabs, I was praising them not splitting up so much, you just saw it on your screen. Efsa chilling on his own, 2 players up towards the just top northeast of the circle, and then Mr. Unseen spread out just a little bit.
This split, though, I mean, as a contrast to some of the other splits they've done, this one actually kind of makes sense. EFSA is in a compound in the very center, still on the northern side, but in a compound where you can hold people off. If you start shooting at people, they will not full-on commit to you. I mean, he is still Circle 1, no one's going to contest you, and he will be able to have this spot, and he, for the most part, can see the compounds around him too, so he can know whether things are going to be available, or he will be able to hear people pulling up on them, so he has plenty of info he can give to his friends. Only issue for them is they'll be coming in completely not knowing what they're rotating through, so if a team like Wizards that we know like to sit around and wait for teams to come on driving, if they run into one of those guys, they could be in for trouble.
Now we can see Avangard at the moment, no contests near them just yet. Plenty of room to work if Snoopy is going to run on and by, get himself into a position to just look around, grab any of his teammates if he wants. He's now driving backwards. So you can just not do anything I'm going to say, Snoopy. That's fine. I'm down with that. If you just want to have a little drive, go to cruise, you know.
I've been practicing my 180 donuts, guys. You want to see? Did it look good? 10 out of 10. Thank you, guys. I'm going back south.
I thought he was just going to roll up on his teammates and pick him up. Instead, he's like,
nope.
No, I'm just going to have a little bit of a drive, you know, buy myself some time. I'm not worried.
We see Desperado coming from the southern side here. Southern side. Southern side, say, trying to see if they can get themselves a good spot. I'm not sure if they saw this or see this crate. Normally, when you're driving a car, especially if there's a roof on it, it's very hard to see what's above you. So I'm sure they're going to be driving underneath this crate, not able to pick it up. But you see Besiktas, they've already taken control of the yellow house on the west side, and Pargalib is under all kinds of fire.
Yeah, Besiktas, they're letting it rain. They're firing off non-stop here. They are going to find the knock. Simsy's the one to get it done. Venkonis, they're walking into a bit of a death trap here. They want to try and stick away from this for sure.
Yeah, AWM on the cheek.
Again.
Nice little crate to be fetched there. I'm not sure if Fake saw it or not. He would be the man to get it because there's no one else nearby. But I'm not quite sure that's the case. Besiktas, they do have people nearby, and it is Venkonis once again taking casualties early. Chesky will have to do one hell of a one-man performance if he wants to hold up all of Besiktas.
Yeah, nades coming out there from Simsy. He's the man I love watching throw nades. He goes in for the nades you never expect to make happen. Another elimination, though, is going to be Encelenso. He's gone down from the Swarm, which is a good start for them, but not such a good start for Quick Math. But we already know, if they're outnumbered, you still can't count them out.
Not at all. See, I mean, more trying to see if you can crawl back, find some sort of foliage where you can be like,
leave me alone.
If they don't see me, you can come out and rest me. Safe rest, just come. I don't know how you say safe rest in Russian, but I'm sure he's calling it right now.
Yes, he's got to do some damage here, but Simsy's on top of it. You saw the nades come out as he sprayed in as well. Good teamwork here from Besiktas. He's going to get the first aid kit off, which isn't going to be a problem at all. But Venkonis, they're not going to really be able to challenge this. They're coming into it now, but they're heavily outnumbered.
Yeah, but look at who else is joining in on the action. We have all of the guys up on the northwestern side. As we talk about them, we also see Emerus making a run for it. It's like, nope, not gonna happen, guys. I'm getting the hell out of here. And he will, at least for now, be able to get out of the area, actually into the western side of the map to himself. And that's interesting, because if this next circle goes southwest, there'll be so much room for these players to rotate down towards. But on your screen right now, Reciprocity, rough game one, hopefully can make up for it here.
Yeah, they'll be looking to change things around, but looking for team. You can see Test, they know where he is, just spotting him out just a little bit there. Apocalypse trying to find himself a bit of an opportunity here. Aros has taken down Mr. Unseen from the Kebabs. And it's just this waiting game. He's like, I know where you are. The moment you move, I'm going to finish you off. I'm going to put you down no matter what you do here, Test.
You see they're spreading out. They're trying to get the angle on the tree there because they can only cover him from so many degrees. But of course, they don't want to overcommit to it. They don't want to be visible to Besiktas either.
That's not going to be looking good for Test. He knows now that, okay, they're not leaving me alone. They're not going to fight amongst themselves. They want me down first.
Big question here is going to be if looking for team is aware that Besiktas is still inside the combat. Oh, look at this. They know exactly where he is. Just shooting. He sees the backpack. He sees the weapon as well. You can see it right there. A little bit of a weapon staking on up. And Apocalypse is going to full-on push this. It might just be too much for him because he was taking a ton of fire from yellows before. Fortunately for him, able to make that run back towards his teammate only because Besiktas ain't pushing out on it. And if we know one team that would be pushing out if they wanted to, that would be Besiktas, but I guess the horses are held, the dogs are held in a tight leash right now.
Yeah, I think in their one, I'm just make sure they're playing the safer game here because we know they love to go for the kills, but it doesn't always work out for them. And once again, we see Avangard going for that later rotation, coming up through the north-hand side. What they want to try and do here is really just try and catch off some of the other teams on the rotations, like Elgig at the moment, right? May not be expecting something like this coming out from Avangard. And the one thing is, where Avangard do this, and you go, oh, well, people should start to believe in it and should start to expect it, they always go a different direction. It's always up north when they come down from the south and we get a center circle or a western circle, but it's the way they do it. It's where they choose to go through.
This is always interesting when you get the dead center of the circle to be in the water, even more so on that little Bermuda island. You have ruins around, you have water town or Atlantis, whatever you want to call it. not very nice areas for sitting in vehicles. Now we do talking about vehicles. Have the drone transporter trying to make the run up. Cubesic wants to see if he can get the damage done. It's a headshot coming in, but seems like they will live with the scare at least for now. But what I wanted to say is this circle center is going to be very hard to play around. It's still not guaranteed whether the circle go north or south of the water. So when it commits, because we've got a pretty good half-half split with teams on each side, when it does commit to one side, believe me, half of these teams are going to be in for a rough one.
And that's what we're talking about with Quick Math, right? Despite being a man down, they're willing to take these shots, willing to take any firing they can. They'll spend that ammo if it means they can do some damage and potentially find themselves a knock or blowing up a car and getting that kill. Now we see Shiv was up on your screen as well. He's managed to find one at the meantime. We need a home just spraying through that smoke, trying to see if they can make any further shots connect. We saw Sweaty Nuts picking up one of their teammates there, just trying to make sure they can keep going a little bit. They were early hindered here, and they're actually going to be firing at reciprocity across the board as well.
I mean, there are many places in the map you don't want to be stuck, but if it's out in the middle of a bridge, that would be probably classified as one of the top places you really do not want to be stuck. Fortunately, somehow, Drone Transporter managed to get back towards the P6, and they will be able to stay put for at least a little while longer. But being stuck out here on the middle island is not going to be the kind of place they want to be sitting in. Ian Octave.
Oh, Erangel.
They're actually rotating back around south. I like what they're doing.
Always something different. This is what I was saying about, right? You could never say, because we know they love to go up north and go around, but they will always switch it up, and that's exactly what's coming into play now.
Question here is going to be where and when are they going to stop the scout? They cannot just send it. They're coming into completely uncharted territory right now. They do not have any info. Sure, they can be shot at and wait for it, but normally when you make these very late into the, sort of the edge of the circle rotations, that's when you come in right as the new circle pops and you'll have that advantage. But look at this, Broken might be able to catch Tizerin off guard here. They were not at all expecting him to sit here, but somehow he gets out alive. Aliyah, though, getting the knock on towards him. That's going to be him down as well, but one more player still inside Orange, no, right behind the car.
Broken, though. Missed quite a few shots to start off with onto the vehicle. Has applied the pressure, looking to do some more here. Nade goes out and does manage to avoid most of it, but further shots coming onto him. Orange Snow wanting to get the finish in place, wants to be able to at least put up some sort of a fight, especially as his teammates gone down in the process. His teammates are now coming in. They're bundling in through the vehicle to try and back him up, but is it going to be enough?
Swarm was the team that we wanted to see get in on the action. That's going to be one kill for them. Hopefully, some more can be added to it. Broken, at least for now, able to hold Orange Snow off. But Blast on and Dash is not really in positions where they can really pull up and help because they do not have the info needed. They just got surprised and they do not know what they're in for. So making the smarter play, saying, you know what, we'll go out, we'll take the safe position on the outside, try hold off any, well, opportune enemies. And we can also hold your, like, kind of above you up towards the combat at the same time. But new circle about to pop. James, where are we going?
Oh, yes, where are we going? This is going to tell us how it's going to play out again, going off towards the west. And that's worked out quite all right for a few teams, but the majority are outside of it. And this is where we're going to see everyone starting to flood in.
We know for a fact this next circle is going to go down south. It's pretty much going to center on top of Everest. This is going to be one hell of a legitimate king of the hill battle to finish things off. So many teams here not inside the circle, and it's going to be so tough to get towards it too. It's dead split with water in the middle, and if anyone trying to make that cut across, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Elgig are in such a great spot as well. You can see they're already getting involved in some of the fights. Reciprocity shooting off long range here against the Swarm.
Range shots, they're sitting up shop in ruins. Probably not inside the next circle. Might be just on the edge of it, actually. Referee and Scoom down there. We'll try to see if they can make something out of their position. They'll have to make a move, and they might just be running into positions if they do decide to do so. Amorous, all by himself, is like, wait, so at least I'm on the right side of the water, but this is not going to be easy.
And he's going to have MYM all around him as well. So he's just going to have to keep driving, at least for now, and hope that they might not want to just jump out and finish him off here. And Flingwind's hot on his tail. We've got a little bit of kind of the car pursuit action going on here that I guess Viconas, they really don't want to see here.
Wonder how long he'll be going to chase him down. Will he go for the kill or will he try to get himself a spot? I think Amorous is going for the exact spot that Savage is sitting in. This is not going to pan out well. Or maybe it's just saying, you know what? I'm going to commit to containers. Let me just go in there and see what I can do with that position.
Wizards, though, back on the scoreboard, back trying to get it done. Only 2 kills thus far, but still 16 teams up. Plenty more opportunity for them. And they love to get involved. They love to take these engagements. They like to give it a try. The P6 trying to land these shots. Can't make it happen just yet. Applying the pressure. The jumps are happening. And the P6, he's not going to be happy with that. You've got to at least land a couple of them.
You see one more car chase happening right here. Blast on this time around has a guy sitting next door with weapons. That's going to be Memo trying to see if he can do something to dodge these bullets with his vehicle, but not going to happen. Dash landing a headshot while driving. That's, well, I mean, might say more luck than skill, but one hell of a good kill nonetheless. Important points coming in for them, and once again, Nerds into a rough one.
Hey, in my eyes, luck is a skill. I'm not sure if I'm watching PUBG or James Bond at this point because we've seen some pretty funny car chases in this game. Either way, still 16 teams remain. We've seen a lot of action across the board. We've had these hard Western circles come into play. And MYM have got themselves in a nice spot once again with Avangard just behind them.
This is the issue, where when everyone knows where the next circle is going to go, that's just going to make for so much less space. That doesn't make any sense. So little. Thank you. English, you know.
Don't worry. You've got a Brit next to you. I'll teach you English. You can teach me some Danish. You'll be fine.
Thank you. But nonetheless, Andy tries to make the YOLO play over towards the containers, but he's going to be stopped short. Asperin secures himself at least a knock on towards him, and that's going to be one rotation where Nerds lose 2 players.
That's quite nice from Avangard, right? They're pinned down by MYM. They get in the building and they go, oh, okay, we'll find Sweaty Nerds at least. And they'll be eliminated straight away in 16th place. Yeah. That is not how they would have wanted it to go down, especially after how good a game they had on the first.
For sure. And also, I kind of like the split that Asperin has gotten here with Avangard. They're both inside the circle. You see the shrink right here. It went down towards, as predicted, down towards the area of Everest. But now for Asperin, I mean, they're obviously not going to stay in here, Asperin and Noctiv, but they're going to get so much info for the 2 players sitting on the western side of the mountain. Where are people and how can we push over towards you when we have to?
Now looking at the map you've got here, right? We've got Quick Math up there towards the north, not pushing into the circle just yet. They've got an interesting split going on that's working out for them. This MYM position, they're so well known, everyone's having a shot at them. Now, they had the advantage onto Avangard, but as we see, we get another team involved of L-Gig, and it starts to become a real problem for them. They're running out of opportunities here. Rubsy's under heavy fire. Asbrin's trying to make this work. Does manage to land one finally, trying to put the pressure on as the get some rock coverage for him.
Land these long range shots, trying to do everything he can with this position before he's eventually going to be forced to make a move out. And as I was talking about before, not only are they shooting down towards these players, but they're also giving all the info to their teammates on the mountainside. You see Snoopy and Maxisol, they know exactly where they're going to have them. They have the marker system in play, and they will do everything they can to try and see if they can make these guys go down and out before they have to start moving themselves.
And Rubsy getting his heels off, getting himself back up. These nades are going to come out towards Flurry. Oh, not ideal. That's the way you get it done. The Kebabs are eliminated at the same time, and that was a bit of a double team from Desperados and Quick Math there. Quick Math still, no matter what the odds are, finding themselves in these fights, finding themselves kills, finding themselves some crucial points to keep them at that #1 spot.
We need a home sitting in a very, very good spot down here. It's one of those compounds where you say it's a really, really hard one to breach, but that equally makes it a really hard compound to leave once you get into the final circles if you're forced to make the run up, because it's very open on all sides of it. Stand-in trying to hold off Besiktas, 2 of the top teams right now, squaring things off here, but that's some good nade play coming in. Both Ultra and Tomil taken down early, and Simpson now has to figure they want to go for the rest, but Omi and Logs maybe have to consider making the run for it here.
Doesn't seem like they want to run just yet. The nades are going to continue to come out and barrel out towards them. Yubica wants to make this happen. He's getting some nice damage on there. Lux gets knocked as well. Simsy, this is going to be very hard for him to try and work here. His team are being pressured massively. Simsy, you can see him. He's trying to work his way around the edge.
Yeah, there you go. He's actually getting himself a double now. And we're, P6 as well, trying to hold off the entirety of Wizards. Wizards are known to fly sometimes if they have their broomsticks with them, not to swim. And then we can see here, Dyser not really getting the most of that. Simpson getting himself a 3rd knock up there. Besiktas doing, and he actually gets the quad.
God.
I'm sorry for casting something we're not seeing, but holy moly. Did he just 1v4 all of Team Unique?
No way. We need to see that back on a replay. Simsy, Besiktas, 3 of them get knocked. Unique have high ground advantage. The grenades were barreling out towards them consistently, and they've been able to get it done. Now Wizards has been eliminated.
What?
Besiktas, they are looking so strong individually. Simsy impressing me once again.
That is absolutely insane. Not only does he pull off a, I don't even know what to call it, absolutely insane play, but he also gets to rest Tomil. I mean, the fact that they get out of that with 2 guys alive is completely absurd to me.
And Toby, never apologize for commentating something that potentially that hype when we see it back. Because Simsy is still putting in work. He is still doing damage. 7 kills, and he's the only one getting it done. He's trying to help his teammates out a little bit as well. Looking for Teamer getting involved onto Reciprocity, who are kind of caught in the middle of this big cluster of just crazy kills going on. And Reciprocity once again eliminated 12th place. We keep talking about it. We expected so much from him, but it's just not been working out for them. This is now disappointing.
Very much so. Hopefully they'll be able to make it up for them, but things that have been doing right now has clearly not been working at all. Desperado, what are you gonna do from up here? You're in Contenders for now. I'm not sure that's gonna be able to stay in play for much longer. We see Maxisol and Astrum. They have to make their way further down on the northern side of the mountain. Will they be able to make a move out from here, or will they not? They got all 4 guys from Erangel alive, but not really with any opponents nearby. They can do that Erangel-ish full train push on. So they're right now at least stuck with their DMRs, which is not really the worst case scenario, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain about that. Not at this stage at all. As we're going to watch the P6 work his way up into this. NYM gets eliminated. A lot more teams with 4 players left alive now as we get down to the latter end of this game. 20 minutes in, phase 5 at the moment. And P6 is going to pop these painkillers, and he's going to go and give it an attempt. He's going to go in and give it a try. And that's the only thing he can do. There's 4 kills already. He's had 3 of them for his team. He's the only one up, but he's confident to push his way into this circle. Lars is being sprayed into. Tomil's looking to do some damage. Simsy gets finished off. He'd had a huge game on his own. 8 kills just by pure resistance to back his team up. Tomil's under heavy fire, trying to avoid where the grenades are going. Nice duck. Chooses his position very well. Going to try and drink the energy drink, but he could try and push into this and get him when they get the res on go. But the nade comes out. Besiktas are eliminating Tomil. He can't dodge them all.
Not anymore for him to do there. You can only hide from so many spots when you're in that rock formation. But look at who's pushing down on this Unity. They heard all the shots fired. They saw all the commotion on the kill feed. And now they're trying to figure, maybe we can get in on the action here. But the fight might be over a bit too soon. Apocalypse and the boys from Looking for Team have had a chance now to reset. So they will be ready for a fight about to happen.
Swarm gets eliminated. The P6 dies to the circle. He tried to push his way in, and he was giving it a valiant effort, but it was not meant to be. Quick math, remember they lost their player so early on in the game, and yet they're still involved in it. And just as we're speaking about it, Smashbay, he gets knocked right down.
You see in the northern side of their PEL just haven't gotten the knock. Actually made the push all the way up across the road to the sort of auto camber up there. Now for 2U and Juptik, they have to figure, when are we going to make that push across? They maybe need one more knock in order to do so, because now by the time they've had the chance to get the rest up, but also we just talked about Desperado before, how they will have to maybe eventually make that push up from Containers, and now they very much do.
This is when they tried to make that push out. They've got quick map around them. Amaris is hiding as well, just trying to keep himself hidden and find some space to work with and keep himself within. He's made it to the top 8 for his team, but how much more can he get done?
One thing that I haven't really thought about is absurd to me how every single player pretty much in this game has a DMR.
It's the DMR time. It's the DMR
No, but one thing is that I know that everybody likes to play them, but the fact that everybody finds one, I mean, that's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. You see Desperado smokes for days, everything they can throw, they will, and Elgiganten, it's going to be up to them to hold them off. They need to do something. Yesterday we said they weren't playing aggressive enough when they were forced to. Now it's going to be their chance. They need to hold them off, but Complementa is going to be the first guy to go down. There's still 3 more players to go, though. Calvin taken down as Snoopy secures himself a knock onto one. So Sarah tries to see if he can do some damage. Stars goes down. Snoopy gets himself a finish off, so just 2 players remaining for Desperado.
That was the great escape through the smokes. I could hear the music in my ears as Desperados are trying to hold on as much as possible. Shots coming out, and this is brilliant from Tozera. So much damage being done. He's avoiding the nades. Found himself kills across the board. He's somehow still alive. How is this even possible? It's all coming out towards him, and finally, he is eliminated.
We talked about Erangel not having a team close to them that they could push. They've been waiting. Where is everyone? When are they coming to us? Now they did, and sure as hell, Erangel is going to make a push on it, but they're going to pay for it too. The Noctip has been finished off, and Asperman taken down as well. Maxisol might just be able to get the rest on up here, but plenty of damage done towards them as Venkonas, though, unfortunately for them, going down in the 7th place. But once again, a finish off in the points.
then Konus, right? Amorous, all on his own, was there amongst all the fights. He was hiding behind Desperados, pushes in, he still manages a kill. That's impressive. He'll take that for sure. Now, this isn't looking good for Quickmap. They get eliminated. They had only 2 players left alive again. They aren't going to get the chance to get back-to-back wins. And looking for Team Metrelius, he's up there. He's ready and waiting for it. He wants to do some more damage.
8 kills as well. Looking for a team have started to show us exactly what they're capable of. Good to see, Maxisol. Good luck, buddy. You need to dodge, and we even need to do it for the next 30 seconds, because this is a long, long run in the open if you want to get up to Snoopy. And here the issue can actually become, because right now Snoopy is visible to Unity, but they don't know where he is. So if Maxisol keeps running up towards him, they might just accidentally spot him in the process.
Yeah, that's it, right? Might give away his teammate's position. He does not want to have a chance of doing that. That'll be less than ideal. Looking for Team, are the only team with 4 players left alive here. Hugster on Elgig holding strong for his team. Derek for We Need a Home. 3 members left on Unity. Hugster for Elgig now. He had some really good plays there, but after that huge bit of chaos, he was the only one left alive, and now he is really stuck.
Liking to see the overlays we have up here on the left of our screen, giving us a bit of a overview of who is alive remaining in the game. 5 teams. Polarook doing everything he can with the Rug and a Dacia. And, well, not a whole lot more you can do from down there than just wait and hope to see people die before he goes out.
Unity, though, their position with all this high ground, this is so ideal. Problem is when this new circle does come in, and it will pop eventually soon, obviously a minute 30 now to go, that's where it's going to be a little bit harder for them, because at the moment they can see anyone who's trying to move. They may look like ants to them at some points, but they've got great positioning in terms of they've got so much vision.
Look at this Hookstar. He has very, very far to go. Smokes are started to be thrown. Only issue here is the only place he can really go is to where Polarook is already. And if Polarook is smart, he's going to turn around and start looking at what they're shooting at. But look at this. Snoopy trying to do some damage. Hookstar, though, taking shots from all over the place. Everybody else has stalled and come to an agreement that El Giganten has to go down before we continue fighting. And there you go. Hookstar will go down in 5th place, though. So a good makeup for them. But what's surprising or impressive to me here is looking for a team 3rd place last game, and now they're in top 4 again.
Yeah, they're starting to come alive here in day 3, match 10. Looking for Team in a strong position, but that's not ideal. Snoopy gets the nade up. It works out in his favor. 10 kills up for Avangar, and that's one thing they certainly like to see. A killing spree coming the way from the CIS team.
Killing spree! Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we gotta do that next time, James. I'm just saying, people are asking for it, and we gotta please people. So next time we just have to start screaming, you know. Looking at me like
I'm going to suffocate my co-commentator for trying to take us down the Korean way. It doesn't even make sense.
Nonetheless, as we see, the circle is coming to a close. Next circle, the final one, will be shown in just about a matter of seconds. And for Maxisol and Snoopy, they've only really been on the western side, and more so, they've only been in the northern. So they haven't got that much info on what's in the south, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because they've got the circle.
Now, I know Hayes is watching. He is the bad influence in this. He is trying to turn you into a Korean commentator that makes no sense. We're not going that way. We're keeping it European. We're keeping it our style. And who's also keeping it their style is Avangar. No matter if the odds are stacked against them, they'll find a way to get up there and get within the kills. They're amongst the top 4 teams, 10 kills for them in total. This is looking pretty damn good, but they've got to try and play the numbers game here. Looking for Team, they're still in a nice position, but Snoopy, he's believing he's got an idea of where they might be. You can see him scoping about at the moment. He's got to be so cautious, and okay, that could work out.
Yeah, smoke out your friend. He just got shot in the foot, and that means that, well, his position is compromised. Polarook, though, he could be in a really, really, really dangerous third-party spot. It was Amorous before, who as a solo player kind of messed up Avangar. Now it could happen again. Logipuff has to make that little push on further forward, get inside the circle. But as you can see here, Polarook has a very good spot on towards Maxisol.
Now, Unity did have the high ground advantage, but as that circle's changed, they've had to reposition themselves. He could end up running straight into Laza, and that's exactly what begins to happen. But Orange Snow, he still somehow gets away with it. Is he going to go in with a finish? At the same time, Avangar come into it. They come alive. Blaston's been shown down.
Polarook, he's just going to stay. I mean, he's just on the edge of the circle down there. Only issue for him is if Apocalypse starts looking down that direction, it could be hard for him to do anything. But there you go, Rampage for Maxisol, and 11 kills for Avangar. Despite the fact that they lost 2 players, not early, but earlier, they sure are still playing aggressive. And look at this, once again, they have a circle center. Everyone has to come to them.
Yeah, we've got a 2v2 versus 1v1 at this point. Not too many players left here at all. And this is what it's going to come down to, that teamwork. Derek, he's kept himself so quiet. He's watching everything that's going on. He's not even going to go and take the shots just yet. He doesn't want to give away his position. The Avangard players are under and being pressured up here. Maxazor's been eliminated now, and they had such a good spot, and now it's all on Snoopy. What can he get done? Derek was just watching it all go down, and he might be able to finish off Avangard here, and that's exactly what happens. Derek looking to get it done. Avangard are eliminated. It's the top 2 teams.
There you go, teams remaining, and not excusable for Derek to take that much damage from the circle before he got the damage done. But in the end, it's going to be looking for team to get themselves the win. 3 kills